Okay, I'm back on the dating apps. It's been like 5 months, 6 months since my last relationship. I'm ready to go on a date and possibly meet someone. I have very low expectations. Not standards, but expectations of the pool I'm choosing from, because I have a bazillion likes because y'all just swipe right on everyone, right? That's like the thing men do, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Of those likes, I would find like maybe 5. So you liked me first. I said okay, and then you just don't message. Why?
I definitely have selfish moments where I feel a little bit sad and lonely and sometimes envious. And not like in a nasty, horrible way, but just in a way of like, oh, it would be nice if somebody liked me or if somebody was obsessed with me. You know, that would be nice, no? Like everyone wants that little like stroke of the ego, of course. And having casual situations is not something that I am opposed to. I just feel like you don't get to put your P in my B unless like your brain is on match with mine, and you can't really figure out if someone's brain is on match with yours unless you really get to know them. So that ends up just not being fucking casual. It defeats the purpose. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be alone forever, because the last time I was in love with was 2 years ago. And to be honest, I wouldn't even consider that love. Like, I don't think that was real love. So then I get into this full existential crisis mode and I'm like, oh my God, have I ever been in love? And then, no, I haven't, to be honest. I don't think I have. And then I go, will I ever be in love? Because it's not happening now. And I'm like, when is it going to happen?
I just got back home from another Bumble date. Before I go on a date, if I haven't heard from the guy, I like to check in just to make sure that the date and time, day of, still happens, which don't get me started on me having to be the one to check in. Planned our date to start at 5:30, and so I'm like, okay, ready to go. 5:10 rolls around. Hey, 5:30 still work? Oh yeah, just leaving now, see you in 5:30. At 5:30, he sends a text message saying, I'm gonna be 10 more minutes. Okay, cool. I live right by where we're gonna have dinner, so no sweat off my back. It's 5:40 and he says, I'm just pulling up. Where are you sitting? I already supposed to be at the bar on time at 5:30 waiting for him. I don't know about the camel on camo, but we're gonna roll with it. So I tell him, I'm on my way. I'm not there yet. I live right by this restaurant, so I'll be there within 5 minutes. I come pulling up to the restaurant. I text him asking, where are you sitting? Just wondering, was I supposed to get there at 5:30, knowing that I hadn't heard from him till 15 minutes before to confirm that he was actually going to be there and that he was running late? Like, he was expecting me to already be there. I don't know. I just feel like back in the day, guys would have actually gotten there early, yet alone on time, and had the seat saved. Maybe now men want women to do that. I would love your thoughts, because I'm not one to teach a guy how to be a gentleman. And I think it's also setting a boundary early. Like, I was prepared to be there at 5:30. You weren't going to be there at 5:30, so I will wait till you arrive, especially knowing that I live close by. I'm not going to be sitting at the bar as a female for 15 minutes waiting on you. To me, does not scream chivalry. Am I wrong here? What do you think?
You think you've had a hard time dating? I just went on a date with a man and we went to this really nice restaurant in Seaport. And I knew the date was not going well because he kept asking me questions about my job. He was confused as to how I could my apartment. For context, I pay like $2,500 and I live alone, which I think is a really good deal for Boston. The date was not going well, obviously, and the bill comes and he, shocker, forgot his wallet. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I forgot my wallet. Like, do you mind if I just Zelle you like everything or whatever, because I want to pay for the date, whatever. So I'm like, okay, sure, like no problem at all. I pay the bill. We say our goodbyes. This was an expensive bill. Like, I make good money, but like at the end of the day, like it's still a lot, right? I go home, I take the train and I go home. And this dude unmatched me. And shocker, he never sold me the money. I don't know what to do at this point. Like, I'm just so embarrassed that I feel like I should just stop dating, but I have another first date this weekend. So, like, I don't know. I'm literally so embarrassed. Like, is this a passive robbery?
In the first few seconds of her video, she already exposes she only wants to be liked by a guy to get a stroke of her ego. So if what she defines as love is some false sense of ego boost, by having some men become obsessed with her, she better do some self-reflection before she starts looking for relationships.
She needs help.
The fact she's making a whole argument about who was there first, when she should be there, or the fact he thought she would be there because she lives closer, is really bizarre. It demonstrates why she's single. She probably makes arguments and has disagreements over the littlest things, and it potentially drives men up the wall. Even listening to her make a fuss about this was doing my head in. If the goal is to meet up for a date, who cares about who gets there first? Just meet up for the date. Her entitlement problem destroyed the interaction before the date already began.
A hopeless, deluded idiot.
Welcome to a man's life. If this was the other way around, women will tell each other to not feel guilty about him paying for the date. They would say something like, if you did not feel a vibe, it's not a vibe. Now suddenly, when it happens to women, it's called robbery. You cannot make this stuff up.
You couldn't make this stuff up.
Real men of genius.